I want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to my sponsor, P2 Collectibles, located at 204 East McGalley Road in Muncie and on eBay as well. So next time you're here in Muncie, let us know. Come give us a visit.
Hey, what is up, y'all? This is Alex from Plus 3 TCG, and I'm coming at y'all with a deck that I have been excited for. Well, not just me. Everyone has been excited for this deck because it is the new Monarch structure deck, essentially, giving us a chance at having a great deck, pun intended, motherfuckers, at having a great budget deck that everyone can afford, essentially. All you need is 3 structure decks and a couple more support cards. Ideally, you would have the Wolves, but Wolves are a little bit more expensive. You don't, well, you kind of need those, but there is more budget options, but I do think you need to be picking out Wolves, but we're not doing that. We are looking at 3 of the Salamangreat structure decks, and we are going to combine them, work with what we got, and hopefully we can throw together a highly competitive decks for $30. Wait, let's hop right into this budget deck profile where we're combining 3 of the Salamangreat structure decks. The extra deck should be pretty obvious, but the main deck is up to you. So obviously we're playing 3 Gazelle. This is your great card that you want to start with. When a Salamangreat is sent from not from the field grave, is sent to the grave, you can special summon it, and then you can Foolish Burial a Salamangreat card. Usually you're doing that so that you can Falco it, and then in the regular version, whatever you're sending, you can just like Sunlight Wolf it back. Since we're not playing that, we have to maximize on our potential of using like Falco or something. 3 Spiny, not really sure. Sorry, y'all. It's just another extender, level 3, helps you make the Mirage Stalio. You need to get into the pony because it's really, really good. And then you play 3 Foxy. In regular version, you probably only play 2. You can get away with playing 3 just because it's a decent extender. It's like an Area 0, as everyone is saying. It just mills 3 cards, and then you add one of the Salamangreat cards back. And then if it's in the grave and a face-up spell trap's on the field, you can discard a Salamangreat card and special summon this, then destroy a face-up spell trap on the field. That part's good. You're not always getting it off because you want to mainly go first. You're not really popping cards. I guess you can pop your own face-up cards though. So there is a couple combos, I guess, like that. This also gets you the Spinny in your grave, which by the time you summon Foxy, or the time it's in the grave, it probably should already be there, so its last effect isn't as relevant. Foul is only in this because we are playing the budget version, where we need to have more extenders, and since we can't have the powerful extenders that the non-budget deck can have, we need cards like Foul, because if a Salamangreat monster is normal or special, you can special this card from your hand. So that's pretty good. It also has its secondary effect, which they all do. Once per turn, obviously you can only use the first effect, and then you can send 1 Salamangreat card from your hand or face up in the field, then target set spell trap your opponent controls. It can't be activated, so it's kind of like Light Stage in that respect, but it's mainly just there to be a Goblin Bird. Or not so much a Goblin Bird. What's a card where when something is summoned? Like a Butter Spy. That's what I'm thinking of. Another bird playing 2 Falco. You could argue play 3 of this because this is how you recycle the cards in this deck. You can also return monsters and then special summon it. Your own monsters, I mean. So it's got utility. All of these have like cool special summon utility. Same thing with Salamangreat Jaguar. It's mainly an aggro card because it does piercing, but if you want to special it, you just shuffle a Salamangreat card in your grave, and then special summon this to a link monster zone. So it has to be, don't get cheated by just letting people summon Jaguar out of the grave. It has to be to a link zone that something is pointing to. I know these cards have a lot of text, but I don't think it's a bad thing. If you don't like to read, don't play this game. I know we all do it. I do it. I see a big text and I just look for the important line of text that I think is going to be important and then read through it sometimes, but just read your cards and you should be alright. Playing 1 Salamangreat Mirror. This card is alright. It's cool. It's like a Garnet, but not always, because if you draw it, special it. And then if you discard 1 other Salamangreat card, you can also special it. So it's just a card to special from hand. You can bump it up if you'd like, but I don't think it's that good. Dogoran, this is pretty much just for the mirror match, because if you get rid of their Link monster, it's not like they're going to be controlling multiples, you can effectively shut off their trap, the really good trap. So that's something to consider. And the 3, sexy. Look at the sheen. Look at the sheen on her forehead. It's just so big. But not shiny, and that's all that matters. We got our pleb commons, happy about it. Y'all can play it now and stop complaining. Ash is too expensive. No, it's not, man. Everyone can have one now. Now you can all complain about Ghost Spell. Enjoy yourselves. We got a quick play Rhoda. This card is so stupid. It's so good. Being able to reset it and then add on your opponent's turn and then potentially have this in the grave, and then on your turn you can add this card back and then add another card back. It is stupid. But that's only, I should preface this, that's only with like the wolf. Because you can't necessarily reactivate this in the next turn, because if you are adding it, aka in this deck resetting it, you aren't able to activate it again. So that's something to be aware of. 3 Will, the Salamangreat. I played 3 of these because we have so many Salamangreat extenders that we are able to play the maximum amount of numbers of this, because this special is a Salamangreat from our hand or our grave, and that can be an issue at times with the decks that aren't pure, maybe, because you just need to be able to extend into your big plays, and since we're playing such a high count of Salamangreat monsters, I felt like maximizing this was good. I see some lists playing 1. I pretty much agree with that, but I also see lists not playing this at all. I don't know if I agree with that. I don't have a lot of testing in with Salamangreat. That is a great extender. It's not so great opening multiples, so maybe that's why. Salamangreat Sanctuary. This card is how you kind of play. You grab this off Balinks and continue to play. It's really just there so that you can use that cool Link summon. I think, is there a name for that? Like, what's an R? Like Reincarnation Summon or Reincarnation Link? I don't know. I heard a name, whether utilizing it differently. I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining things. And then 1 Salamangreat Claw. This is where the I don't want to say the spice. This is where your own personal opinion comes in, because this card is cool. It allows you to save your Salamangreat monsters because they can be destroyed by battle or card effects, and if it attacks, it does piercing. And then if you do that like weird summon with Sanctuary, that monster, so let's say you use like a copy of Sunlight Wolf, then you can essentially, or Heatleo, to Link summon itself, then you can essentially either attack 3 times or 2 times, because it just depends on the Link rating. Let me just read this. If the equipped monster is a Salamangreat Link monster you control that was Link summoned, using a monster with its same name as Material during each battle phase, it can make an attack on monsters up to its Link rating. So you can't do some crazy OTKs where you clear the board and then attack 3 times or something like that, but it does allow you to attack monsters multiple times. I'm playing 2 Linkbound. This card's cool because it shuffles your card. It recycles your resources, since you're going to be using that. I want to call it a Reincarnation Link, but I could be wrong. But you're going to be using Sanctuary a couple times in this deck to do that Link summon where you're using the Link monster as the whole material. So you need to be able to shuffle your resources back into the deck, as well, or into your extra deck, as well as being able to draw cards and then fix your hands. Because sometimes, like I said, you can open up like multiple Sanctuary, which would suck, and like multiple of the Wall of the Salamangreat, and you just need to get those back into the deck so you can keep playing effectively. Playing 2 Rage, great card. Send a Salamangreat monster from your hand or face up in the field of the grave and target a card in the field, pop it, or target a Salamangreat Link you control that was Link summoned using a monster with the same name as Material. Destroy cards your opponent controls up to that monster's Link rating. That's the effect. That one, pretty nasty, but not as nasty as this card. Salamangreat Roar. This card's so stupid, so good. Counter trap, lets you negate anything, spell, trap, or monster effect, and then you can set this card back to your field. Absolutely insane. This is the only way you're recurring outside of Falco. There's the main deck, y'all. Sorry this is so long. Just figured we go into some explanations on why we play certain cards. But the extra deck, you do not need to talk about at all. We got 3 of all the extra deck. 3 Belnix, 3 Little Chimera. 3 Flame Administrator, 3 Heat Leo, and 3 My Little Pony. These cards are all necessary because these are the only ones you have. You obviously should be playing Heat Leo. Not Heat Leo, you should obviously be playing the 3 Sunlight Wolf. I already pulled these from the boxes that I received. So pick up your Sunlight Wolves. I know they're like 4 or 5 a piece right now, but outside of that, Lady Debuggers and Sunlight Wolves are pretty much all you need to play the deck. But if you don't have those, you can always just play this spicy 3 of extra deck. And tell me how you like it, y'all. Stop some +3 TCG. Signing out.